what that was a speech that sought to bring back a country that is divided, tired, worn out, fed up. And I think he tried to speak to the grievance and disillusionment that people are feeling about politicians and public life. And he repeated these sentiments. In a way, he was trying to say to the public, I get you and I hear you. He started off trying to be very statesmanlike. No politics of division in this. This was all about bringing people together. First, he praised Rishi Sunak for his dedication. He then went on to a massive theme of that speech, which was trust, talking about the gap between politicians and people, the wariness in the heart of the nation. He talked about actions, not words. He said, I know that that is what the country needs. He then moved on to another big theme that we've heard time and again in this election campaign, service. You heard it there, country first, party second. I want to put government back into the service of working people. He talked about stability and moderation. He talked about bringing the country back together. But I think the most emotive part of the speech was when he tried to talk directly to voters, saying, I hear your grievances. He said that a Britain he leads should be better for your children. And he said too many people in this country, if they were asked that, would say no. And he said, I will fight for you every day until you say yes again. He said he'd been given a clear mandate. He said he wanted to end the period of performative politics. And then he ended by saying, with respect and humility, I invite you to join a government of service for national renewal. And all the language in that, it wasn't about a changed Labour Party, really. It wasn't about party politics. It was neither celebratory, it wasn't crowing, it was humble. It really was trying to paint a picture of a Prime Minister that wants to govern for everyone. And he actually reached out again to people who hadn't voted for him and said, I will serve as your Prime Minister regardless of whether you supported me or not. And then in the end of all of that, what you also heard was the sense of urgency about getting on with the job. And within the street, there were tears. I could see tears. It was very emotional. He was very emotional. We say, Keir Starmer isn't a politician that shows much emotion, but there with his wife, Victoria, greeting all the activists, it felt joyful. It felt like the end of one era and the ushering in of another. It was optimistic, and I think it spoke to the grievances of the country. Now, whether he can pull it off is a completely different discussion, which I think we will have increasingly in coming days. But as an opening pitch to a public where the rise of other parties we are seeing in this election, and Labour is winning, but the vote share is low, it was a Prime Minister that sees the problems ahead and thinks he has a way through. Really, a sort of national government, really, is the kind of way he was trying to present it, rather than a partisan Labour one.